And it is live. Welcome, body odor sufferers. We have another Friday night interview. This is a guy I was supposed to interview a long time ago, but I procrastinated. I finally got him on. We got Raphael on the line. How are you, Raphael?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Could be better, but you know what? It could always be worse, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree to that. So Raphael, let me ask you, how old are you?
Currently, I just turned 20. Ups. I wish. I'm 36, man. Just turned 36. Wish I was
Oh,
26.
when was your birthday?
Uh, March, the end of the March. So,
Mm. So
yeah.
how do you feel as a new 30 as a 36-year-old man? What did you do on your birthday?
The hell did I do? Bro, I probably like went to work. Yeah, I definitely went to work and
Damn.
came home. Yeah, like dude, like me and birthdays and all that stuff, man. I don't know. It's just not as special anymore. It's like
Yeah.
me. It's all
Yeah,
about my kids. All
right.
about the kids. I'm making special for them guys. I have birthdays, cakes. Like this weekend we're going to the beach to hang out and stuff. But like me, my mode like completely shifted, bro. I used to be like college and hang out and party and you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just kind of like yeah, man. But now it's like, yeah, I'm not so much so like self-centered anymore, which is a
Mm.
good thing. I'm maturing.
Because my thing is like after the age of 21, birthdays are not really as fun anymore. Like they don't matter anymore. And I
Yeah,
guess also when you have kids, now you just want them to have good experiences. You want them to have great birthdays, great Christmases and stuff like that. Like your the attention that you focus on yourself is now shifted toward your kids, I guess.
yeah. Your priorities definitely shift, man. It's like but that's all part of growing up because at first, listen, when I was in college, bro, I made it a point to make sure that I wasn't gonna be popping out no babies while I'm in school.
Right.
So fuck that shit. I was gonna make sure I was like, yo, straight up have fun, take care of school, take care of all that stuff, priorities. And then, later on, I listen, man. My dad was in Vietnam and Kosovo, and like I didn't really meet my dad until like I was 13 because after he came back from the war, it's like he kind of like ghosted for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He went to California. Actually, he still lives
It
in
would
California.
like did he have like post traumatic stress syndrome?
He had like a little bit of shell shock, but that would I don't think that was really it. Well, maybe he's very good at not hiding his feelings, but dealing with shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to come out and say, "Well, goddamn, I'm hurting, I'm this and that." And it's not like I ain't too far from that tree either, but this is something that I can't help, and it feels like I feel like I'm helping other people. Like I felt like I've been supported by you guys. I've been learning, watching these videos, watching each different individual come out and talk about their experiences, and they help me like troubleshoot this. Okay, this don't work for that person. This don't work for that person, and so I feel like I should give my feedback. This is not reaching out for help. It is reaching out for help, but I'm not like on a vulnerable tip. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
yeah, I'm a tough person. Like I said, the other one. I don't want to use the expletives I use, but yeah, I'm a tough dude, man, for the most part. But this is something we have no control of for the most part, other than like dieting or waiting for the magic pill to come out. But you
Yeah.
know, other than that, man, we just gotta kind of cope and I was lucky. I was very, very lucky. Ah, relatively speaking, because you know what I'm saying, we ain't
Right.
really
This condition is not really
yeah, but this condition hit me at like the very end of my college experience.
I did want to
So
ask you before you start
yeah,
getting into all that, because I usually
right,
ask age, your
yeah,
location, and the first experience that you had. So let me
yeah.
just ask like those two other questions, and then I'll let you go.
All
Um,
right.
so yeah, where are you located?
I'm in Alabama. I'm not from Alabama. Originally from the Virgin Islands. I'm in my little spare room here. This is my little guest room. That's why I don't look as dressed up. But I'm not trying to be dressed up. I'm just trying to, Anyway,
Just
yeah,
present.
I'm from the Virgin Islands, man, and I had a great childhood, great growing up. I grew up in the mountains and the countryside. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I had a very blessed upbringing. Had no, go ahead.
So when did you like transfer from, Virgin Islands to America? Like at what age?
Um, I was 16 when I left the island because like my grandma raised me and like she died. Like after she died, I was like, man, I gotta do something. I can't just stay here anymore. So and so I left the island and I went up to North Carolina and I studied. I went to Job Corps in North Carolina. Shank CCC, Civilian Conservation Corps, but it was ran by the federal government, by the Forest
Mm.
Service, and which was a blessing. I didn't even understand none of that stuff. I was just like, listen, I'm just gonna go up here, go into land I don't know nothing of, get my little welding certificate and start working. And I'm like one of those guys. I'm not the pioneer in my family. I'm the one to get up and go. Dude, I hadn't been home to the islands in like over 13 years. Yeah,
Wow.
I said 13. That's how we talk. But yeah, it's been a while, man. But I'm just that person I kind of get up and go. Anyway, so from North Carolina, after I got my certificate in welding, I got inducted or drafted into the advanced pre-forestry program, and that was ran by the Forest Service, and that connected us to college. As long as
I do recall like we had a little bit of conversation and you told me that somebody like advised you to get into forestry. I forgot who it was. Or maybe I forgot. Maybe that wasn't the case. I think you said there was like somebody that uh told you, "Hey, maybe you should try out this forestry or something
Yeah,
like."
yeah, that's the guy on the Job Corps campus. His name was Mickey Beeland. Very awesome, great dude. He's a veteran. He's a good dude. Very, very Mickey Beeland, great guy. I owe a lot to that guy. Very good guy. But anyway, yeah, yeah. I had to start working. Before I even got into forestry, I was doing on the job training with welding. I had gotten to a really good job, and I was gonna just hammer it out. He was like, wait a minute. So he kind of tapped my potential. He's like, yo, bro, you might want to check this out. This is like, what, forestry? Yeah. So yeah, it was long. I was like, all right, let me check it out. Let me give it a little trial run. And then I was like, oh man, snap. This is like what we do, because like I said, I was raised in the countryside of the island, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm like an island redneck. Not really, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
minus anyway. And I was like, dude, for real, this is a profession. Like we're out in the woods, you naming trees, dealing with diseases and dealing with sustainable management. And like in the island, bro, I was like real. I was Christian a Catholic, and I used to go to like Sunday mass and all that stuff and Sunday school. And then when I left, well, before I left, I kind of got hooked up with the Rastafarians. You know what I'm saying? Like on the
Hmm.
conscious tip, I was like, "Ah, this is kind of cool." Yeah, it was a little bit about the weed and all that, but then at the same time, on a deeper
Rastafarian is like
level,
a religion. It's a religion, right? It has like some type of
yeah,
religious ideology.
yes, it's a Judeo-Christian based religion, so it's not like no crazy ass ISIS, no shit like that. It's a Christian kind of, but we off doing our own shit. Like we, you know what I'm saying? But let me tell you though, a lot of people are like, some of it is like for me, it's all about being conscious. I just kind of like high graded like the good shit I like about it. Okay, this is about being conscious toward your neighbor and treating other people like you want to be treated and stuff like that. And that's how I just kind of took the good shit away from it. Some people are like, yeah, Bundong Rome and this and shit, the fire upon the Pope.
Right.
I'm like, listen, fuck
I
all
don't
that shit.
what so
Okay.
like is roster like smoking weed like essential as a Rastafarian type of thing?
No, but it's very good to at least understand what weed is and kind of like the basis of that way it kind of comes from. Because it's if you ever drink, everybody
Mm.
drink, well, not everybody, you know what I'm saying? But you had that feeling, that fucking drunken goddamn shit, I feel bulletproof, and then you do some dumb shit, your
Liquid
inhibitions
curler.
drop, you know what I'm saying? And then you wake up next morning, sit next to a fat chick. No offense to the big girls, because listen, y'all, yeah, listen, big boys say
That's
y'all
the
need
big
love too.
girls.
You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, I love it. I love me some big. Anyway, right? But it's that gives you a perspective on one type of chemical, which is alcohol. But then when you deal with the marijuana, that's a little different too. It makes you more introspective and
Mhm.
it lets you analyze things more. And you have to do it in the right setting and right environment and all. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able
Right.
to just slow shit down for your own self. Everybody's all different. Everybody gonna have different experience. Some people can't do it. Some people allergic. Some people throw up. Whatever, whatnot. Well, you know what I'm saying. I'm just. But to me, it was more of a spiritual experience. I was out there in the mountains by myself, and on the stars, and you know what I'm
Right.
saying. I was like in a natural kind of environment for that stuff. And I used to pray. I used to read my Bible. Man, like seriously, I took it as a very like a serious kind of meditation, and it
Hmm.
was my spiritual practice. Like seriously. But you know, so yeah, well, Rastafarian is a religion, but I'm not like a hardcore like you know what I'm saying. Like right now, I don't even go to church. Like
Right.
it ain't nothing like that. Like I'm just you know what I'm saying. I understand that there's good and bad in the world, and you just gotta try to feed or culture the good shit, so the good shit will grow. You know what I'm saying, and prosper and be around, versus feeding the negative energy and letting that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just basic shit. That's what I understand life to be. Life is like
Right.
good, bad, and what you gonna do with all these marbles? Are you gonna move all these marbles to the good side, bad side? Which side will be heavier? You know,
Yeah.
like some movie said, you got a good wolf on one side and a bad wolf on the other side. Which one is gonna win? The one you feed the most. So
Yeah. I've heard that
yeah,
before.
yeah. So
But so
that's
you got
just
into Rastafarianism like when you were in college or when you were
no. This
getting
is
your
like when I was in junior high, man. I was like young. Um, I never went to high school. Never stepped one foot one day in high school.
really? You never went
Yeah,
to high school?
no, never went to high school. Um, I was I got I was not a bad boy. I was maybe a little too smart for my own good. But
Mm,
but also too, I was raised by my grandma, and then my mom came back, and then I went to go live with her, and then like I went to a really good school with my grandmother, I lived with her, and when I went to live with my mom, she did like kind of like moving around, so I went from going to a really good school, and then like a really like bad school with my mom, and
and
then
this is all in the Virgin Islands.
yeah, all in the Virgin Islands, and then to a little better school. But like the curriculum kept flip flopping. I was so far ahead in this first school, then so far back in the other school, and the other school it kind of came forward a little bit. And it was like, you know what? And like I was good. Like I like in my math in like junior high, Mr. Alvarez, I think his name was. I used to skip like most of his classes. I used to go out, smoke weed, chill out, hang out with, you know what I'm saying, with my cousins.
Right.
And my boys was like my actual blood cousins, you know, family,
Hmm.
family from. And anyway, like yeah, midterms come around. I always do like some simple, easy shit. And I was like, anyway, so I was like, I jumped in there, smelled like weed, and took the test, and I did my shit done in like 5 or 7 minutes. I was fucking done. Like I came in late and filled the shit out, and I walked out like everybody else was still in there. He's like, man, this nigga cheat. Come, man, hell no, come here. Even the teacher was like, nah, you cheated. Let me see your hands. Check my shit. He's like, man, accusing me of cheating. I'm like, what? The fuck? It was like greater than, less than, equal than, you know, like
Right.
fractions, which thing is better. It was I just breezed through that shit. And he's like, nah, do this again right here in front of me. Sit at my desk and do this right now. I said, what do you mean? I just did my thing, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mean cheating. So he's a mean cheating. Anyway, he's like, all right, if you do it, I'll give you, and you pass, and you get the same 100 like you just did. I'll give you 200, you know what I'm saying, on the
Right.
books. So I'm like 200 midterms, boom, boom. And so if you don't do it, you get a zero. Man, I sat down there again, boom, 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 knock that shit out. Another 100, bro. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
some of it kind of came a little easier to me. Some stuff didn't. Like English is not. Eddie, go ahead, go ahead.
But I am curious, like, so once you did your forestry thing, because I know, like, in the forestry thing, you went to college to do it, and that's when the odor situation started to happen.
Well, I started the advanced pre-forestry and job corps, so I did that for like a year. Yeah, we were in there for like 1 year doing the pre-advanced forestry, and after we finished with that, got our scores, or ACT scores, SAT scores, whatever. Then we started college. Yeah, and then I was in college for years and years, and everything was fine, going through the regular college experience, and then like I was fighting wildfires, doing all kind of
Oh, so
stuff.
you were still doing like forestry job and going to college at the same time.
Yeah, well, during the semester, regular semester schedule, you know, there's just two halves. minus summer. Summertime, I did all my internships with the federal government. Like my first two internships were out in Montana, fighting fire. These are real fucking fires where people are dying and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I like casually, casually just like volunteer. I was like, okay, which one pays the most? I'll give a
Mm,
goddamn. It's more dangerous. Everybody doing like recreation and fucking, wildlife. I'm like, fucking fires, goddamn it. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Because I come from that strain. My dad is, like I said, he was military. My other uncles, they're all police, all that shit. So yeah, I was like, yeah, man, bust that shit up. Did fire. 2 years in Montana, and not like two straight years, two consecutive summers.
hmm.
My second summer, I actually took off a semester so I can fight fire longer, longer fire
Really?
season. Yeah, dude, my first fire season, I think I worked for like a month and a half, and I
And
grossed.
fires just broke out. It was like a common thing, or there was just like once in a while
Is
fire might break
No,
out.
no. It is a constant occurrence, a yearly occurrence. That's why I was out west fighting fires too. So out west, you got these actual fire seasons
Mm,
where when summertime hit, you get these thunderstorms because you got the Rocky Mountains and all these storms come pushing. All of the weather systems can roll around, but it's so hot and dry in those areas that when these storms start striking, everything's dry and crispy and it's a kindle
right.
just
So
ready to
it's
go.
easily start a fire.
Boom, and then after that regular fire season, then you got the second season which starts out like the West Coast. It's called the Santa Ana winds. When the Santa Ana winds switch on you, instead of it like blowing out to the sea, then they start blowing inland, and it just fucks up the whole fire shit. That's why California burns so bad. Their season is a little tricky because their winds switch on them after a while. But yeah, nevertheless. But yeah, I used to ride helicopters and do all the fun stuff. Yeah.
Oh, is it true that like when you to like stop fires, you have to fight fire with fire? So you put like a fire perimeter to control the fire or something like that, or is that just made up stuff?
No, that's real. It's this called like back burning. If you can establish a good anchor point and you can flank the fire, like if you go ahead of the fire, what you're
Hmm.
trying to do, you're trying to exhaust the fire of its fuel because you have, fire triangle, you have fuel, air.
Water or something,
No.
or oxygen.
The fire triangle. It's oxygen, fuel, and ignition source. Something like that. I should know this. I haven't done this in a while, but basically, your fuel is going to be your trees, your timber, your grass. Oxygen is going to be your air, and your ignition source is going to be the sun, lightning, a match, a cigarette,
Right.
something. If those three, you know, uh, things are there, elements are there, you got a fire, or you could have a fire. So what we try to do is take away one of those triangle. What do you call it? Angles. One of
Yeah,
those
elements. One of
three
those. Yeah.
elements. There you go. So if you can douse it with water, you knock out the fire. If you can starve it of the fuel, it has nothing else to burn. So what we do is go ahead of the fire and we exhaust the, back burn, take out all the green, and hopefully once it collides into the black, as long as there's no spots that, burn over, because you have embers. These fires create their own weather. It's like a huge thunder cell. Yeah, thunder. I said thunder. Anyway, right. So like you have these huge plumes that just like if you get a good one going, these plumes reach 20,000, like high up in the air, and you have
Hmm.
embers like burning embers. It's still hot up there too. So you have embers that are climbing up, and depending on where the wind is blowing, if it's pushing ahead of the fire, you're gonna have a lot of spot fires ahead of you. If it's just staying up or blowing behind you, you'll be fine. But you just try to dig line with dozers or with crew men like me. And I was a sawyer, so I carried a chainsaw, just opening vegetation. Um, but yeah, you do that. So water, fuel, you can't get rid of the air, so air's everywhere. But
So
you do that. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
it is very interesting that you were able to fight fires during school. Um, but you told me like when you had with your body odor condition, you went to Oregon one time for some type of job.
That
Was it
was
a
my
job
very
opportunity?
My
and it had a
very
lot of
last
mold.
internship.
So like, what year were you in when you went to Oregon? What year were you in college when you went to Oregon?
Oh, I was like, I should have been like a senior or going to my senior because I was at the very end. So it was 2009, and this was actually my last internship with the Forest Service. And I went out to Oregon Dune National Recreation Area, ODNRA, and I was doing sound compliance, riding around ATVs on freaking sand dunes, like miles and
Mhm.
miles. It was like more fun than anything. I actually fucking fucked myself up. I was on like 100-foot sand dune going up, maybe not that tall, maybe an 80-foot sand dune or something like it. It probably was 100 foot. Anyway, and on the top, like the day before, sand dunes are tricky. If you have a lot of wind, which we do sometimes right here on the coast, it's right on the ocean, and you'll have the sand dunes changes topology depending on your wind speed, wind direction, and all that. And if what happened with me last time was we had a lot of high winds the day prior. And normally a sand dune would be nice and smooth. It goes up and it comes down nice and smooth curves. But when the wind is pushing real hard, like it was the day before, maybe like 40, 50 mile an hour winds, what happens is you have a slip face that develops. So you have a sharp edge. It looks like it's going, it
Oh,
curves,
they
and then it
actually
stops,
declined.
and it just drops down. Yeah, bro,
Hmm.
it drops on you. So I was like, when you riding the four wheelers up there, you have those sand tires on, so you get some traction. Regular tires kind of don't really do it. But when you going up the slope, you can't just slowly ride up the fucker. You gotta gas that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I was gassing that shit up there, man. You always ride in twos just in case you have an accident or something. So I was looking for my buddy behind me. As I looked back, I saw him. I said, okay, he's still good. He's still coming up. I looked forward again, and where did the it was a false top, whatever. So where I thought the top was gonna be, it wasn't. The top freaking disappeared on me, and I dropped like 6 feet straight down with it on the ATV. It was like 6 or 7
Right.
feet, and I snapped my tendon in my left arm and my right leg. I
Wow.
heard like I was holding
This is
on
in
so tight.
Oregon?
Yeah, this was in Oregon.
I didn't know there was
And
like sand dunes in Oregon.
dude, look up the ODNRA. We have like I forgot it's like 12 miles, 9 miles, something like that. I don't want to quote wrong. Yeah, but we did sound compliance. Make sure when folks are to ride ATVs and sand buggies and all these sand rails, they call them sand rails, ATVs, and all the other crazy things, banshees. But they have to be wearing helmets. They have to have a flag, and their mufflers can't be above a certain decibel. So we do sound compliance, safety compliance, all that stuff. Make sure nobody out there drinking and riding, shit like that. But we were
So
called sand
one of
pigs.
your jobs even go to Oregon was riding sand dunes, or at least patrolling the area in the sand dune. And you were telling me like there's a lot of mold or something within the Oregon area, and you feel like that contributed to your odor because before that you had the time of your life. You're able to go to just different jobs, and no one complained, no one made any comments or anything like that. But once you went to Oregon or went to a particular place in Oregon, you noticed you noticed immediately that you got like there was something wrong with you when you
Yeah,
visited like these multi places. Can you
yeah.
speak on that a little bit?
So when we got there with the Forest Service, they sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Excuse me. They'll provide you some housing. Sometimes they do, sometimes don't. In our case, they had a Forest Service building, like a dormitory where they put the past students. But this particular year, they couldn't put us in there because they had a mold infestation. So
Hmm.
they had us stay in. They had us rent these apartments and say, yeah, we had to pay for those apartments. But one of the apartments I went in had this weird smell in it. But the lady told me that it was some Indian people that used to live here before. It probably looks like curry or whatever they used to cook. And it just
Hmm.
smells weird. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. And then the Forest Service was like, well, hey, y'all don't have furniture, so what about this? We'll just go to the mold infested building and get you guys some furniture to use, and you can use that all summer. And it's like, fuck. So yeah, bro, there was like couches and shit, a lot of shit we used. I think the apartment actually, yeah. I think like all the friggin' furniture in there. You're a student. There is nothing. You have so little money, but we were kind of stuck in a situation. But yeah, I pretty much slept on, sit on all kind of mold infested, furniture,
Right.
and they knew about it. I was like, I didn't think twice about it. I was like, oh, I guess shit. Well, we sprayed it down and cleaned it as much as we could, but what I'm saying? I guess that stuff is in there, the
Mm.
spores or whatever. Maybe you don't kill all the spores once everything dries out. Who knows? Yeah, so and in Oregon, there's every morning you wake up to this mist, this fog. I think it's called an inversion layer. Is it an inversion layer? I think it's called something else. It comes in from because of all that moisture. Drops down low, so like in the evening, maybe about like 7, 10 o'clock or whatever, it starts getting
Mhm.
real misty and foggy, and so
Right.
there's moss and all that stuff everywhere. And that's just Oregon. Anybody who been up there in Oregon, they'll tell you. Oregon, Washington, Northern California, those areas, it stays real moist. That's why they grow the best green out there.
Mm.
But yeah, there's a lot of any bacteria that likes moisture and dark, moist places thrives in that area. And they have special kinds of molds up there. I don't know the name of them right now. It's been years since I looked it up. But I've heard reports like, hey, if you ever been in this area, get yourself checked out because you may be this and this and that, exposed to certain different
Oh,
mold.
so there were people telling you if you do have like mold in your area, that might contribute to some type of health condition.
Yeah, they never were specific, never say anything about smells or anything like that. But yeah, it's known to have reactions with mold, with people. I'm not sure of all the different reactions because dude, I used to be a very resilient, tough, like nothing would really bother me. I'd hardly get a cold, maybe once every 5 years. That used to be me.
Mm.
I was like nothing really bothered me. I was a hardcore kind of dude, man. But yeah. So I just kind of noticed that, man. I start like hawking up a lot more, and um I noticed in my mouth I've started to get these like these
Phlegm.
white coated things in my tonsils, or my adenoids back there, like a bacteria kind of like deal. And I
Mm.
was like, yeah, this ain't something ain't right. Anyway,
Let me ask you this. Obviously, there were other people that were in that area. Did they
yeah.
also experience similar conditions like you did? Did they also have like some type of weird health condition? Have they also complained about having phlegm or
No,
feeling off, living?
no, they were fine because two of them were from Oregon, so they
Mm.
grew up in that environment, and then the other two was from well, one was from Northern California, Arcata, so he's in the same environment as well, just in California. But the other guy, he was from like San Francisco, not Francisco, some shit like that. I think he was from San Francisco. He's a younger guy, but he never really went out. He worked more like inside the admin building. So he was kind of like different. But I've never heard any complaints because I talked to the other guy. I'm friends with him on Facebook and he's fine. But like I said, he's from that area. It may just be me coming from a very foreign environment, and
Mm.
my biome was completely different. Wasn't well adjusted for that kind of situation, those kind of mold and bacteria and spores. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when I came from the islands, I ate a lot of mangoes, and that's a family of like poison ivy. It's somewhere in that
Oh,
family.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I noticed I never really used to break out or have really bad reactions with poison ivy at all, bro. I this lady hired me one time to come in her yard and pull poison ivy off of her pine trees because I told her I didn't react to it really. The only thing that happened to me was I got a scratch on my arm, and on that area where I got the scratch, I had a small little bumps there, so I kind of react just a little bit in that one ear. So with broken skin, that's the only time I reacted to poison ivy. Other than that, bro,
Mm.
poison ivy, poison oak don't really bother me unless you freaking rub that shit in there, you cut my skin or something. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
no, so I was set up a little different. So, yeah.
Let me ask you this: have you considered maybe? Do you really? Because it could also possibly be like maybe food that you ate. Maybe do you feel like it was for a fact that it was mold? Maybe there was like I don't know what type of food that you ate at that time, but do you feel like you might have gotten some type of sickness from that food? Is there a possibility that if you could remember the things that you were eating at that time?
Man, I was eating like regular old food, dude. I was even like bacon chicken and no, man, I was eating regular. Listen, the only thing I would say back in that time, what I was doing maybe is exacerbated it a little bit, but the only thing I would say I was doing was drinking a lot of beer, like
Hmm.
not like regular ass. They call it piss water, like Coronas. No, I was drinking
Right.
like craft beer, like IPAs and heavy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that's got this kind of yeast and that kind of yeast. And so maybe that was really throwing off my body too. Maybe that could have been a contributing factor. I don't know. But I've noticed that because even afterwards, after I start getting reactions, if I drink a beer with all that yeast and stuff in it, I start smelling more. And for
Mm.
me, I don't know about you guys, but I've pinpointed where my smells come from. My smell might be totally different from you guys, but my smells is like from neck up. Like my
Wow.
face will get flush. I can kind of feel the oils kind of coming out my skin, like behind my ears and top of my head. You know what I'm saying? I can kind of my nose. I can kind of feel that musk, man.
Hmm.
That's It's like yeah, shit. If I eat bread, dairy, dude. I used to eat cereal, dude. That was like my college staple, man. Like
Yeah.
cereal, no matter what day time it was, I could just come back from the bar. I'm making me a bowl of cereal. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like now,
Yeah. Yeah.
now, if I make a bowl of cereal, I got to make sure I'm not working the next day or maybe the day after. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got to
Especially
plan
with
that
milk.
shit.
For me, like with milk is like anything with dairy, maybe cheese. If I only have like a slice of cheese, it's cool.
Not
But if it's
that much.
like a milk or ice cream or something like that, I know that's probably gonna make me smell worse. So that's why I'm
20
like, oh,
minutes
I can't
later.
do that shit.
Yeah. 20 minutes later after ice cream, yeah, I start. Yeah. It's sad, but yeah.
So I'm interested. Okay, so you said like once you I guess lived or slept in that place where there was a lot of mold, even on the furniture, you started automatically started feeling the effects. You felt like something wasn't right. So what was like the first experience you had where you heard people make comments about you smelling bad?
It would have been after I left there because I was like a very, very cool dude. Not like a golden child kind of dude, but I was a very cool, like, yo, anybody, I could relate to anybody, even the people that people hate. I could at least go talk to them, have a good conversation, and meet
Right.
them on a level. That was me. I could level out with anybody. But then when I came back to school, I went back to my job. I was working as a TIG welder slash metal finisher, and this isn't back in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? A real,
Hmm.
real cool company. We made medical implants and tools, stuff to patch up soldiers, kids with scoliosis or cancer in their shoulder. We did all kind of cool. I never worked a day. Well, not one day working at a place I never actually worked. It was just fun. I felt like I was contributing, giving back.
Mm.
Fucking awesome. Great job. Um, but yeah, dude. We were all sitting around a table, and it was funny too, because we're grinding these parts using these 90 grinders, these pneumatic 90 grinders, and just kind of working on these stainless steel parts, grinding them. Those folks are wearing masks. I think I was wearing my respirator because me, I go extra. I'm like, shit. I want to wear them thin ass little fucking masks and breathe in
Right.
this fucking metal. Fuck that shit. I'm wearing a goddamn respirator. So I had like a full 3M respirator with the two like cartridges on the side, and I
Oh,
know
okay. Yeah, I know
100.
what you're talking about now.
Yeah, like real cartridges, bro. Actually, huh? Hang on. Ugh. I don't want to show too much in my room. I got too much. This is my little kickback room. It's not anyway. Like these kind of cartridges, like real cartridges. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I got too much cool shit in here. I can't show y'all. But yeah, dude. I was wearing that, so I can't smell what Well, I could smell my own breath, but not really. It was just like normal to me. But
Right.
when I'm blowing out, I guess they could smell what I was blowing out, and dude was like, because this was my first time there. I worked there before I went to Oregon, so they knew me before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when I came back, I changed, and they started smelling. He was like, "Man, what's that smell?" Like I did not get it. I was like, I'm trying to investigate for myself too, trying to help everybody out. Like, what is this? What smell y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And come to find out, after what I'm saying, we're all around the table, and this person looking that way, this person looked that way, and then kind of look at me and realize, oh shit coming off of me. I was like, the fuck? Like,
But
no
you could
way.
smell it, or were they like hinting that it was you?
Like it was like a faint kind of smell at first. It wasn't nothing really like, but it was like maybe like garbage or because I wouldn't really get a full smell of it. I just get little hints here and there. It's weird how that shit is, man. Like
Hmm.
you have to, like I told you before, the only time you could really kind of get a true measure of the smell is if like you go in a room, stay there for a little bit, walk out, and come back in. That's the best way to really kind of diagnose like, hey, how strong or what it smell like, or I might smell it all. It's
Yeah,
weird.
I mean, I've heard that before. People say that, oh, all you got to do is just stay in a room and then leave and then come back. But it's like I stay in like my bedroom for a good. I mean, I sleep in the motherfucker, and I feel
Mhm.
like if I leave and I come back, I would smell that, but I don't really smell anything.
No, you know what? It's different too. Like if you're comfortable and relaxed in your environment, like when I'm home, I don't really smell. I don't think unless I'm drinking. If I drink my vodka and shit, like this is my game room I come to. Like I got a PS4. I fucking what I'm saying. I game. I cut up shit. Like if I drink that night and I go to sleep and I wake up, um, yeah, once I wake up and then I leave the room and come back in, I can smell a different pungent kind of odor because
Hmm.
alcohol exacerbates it as well. Um,
But
yeah,
do you feel that beer you feel like vodka beer whether it's beer or vodka it still makes you smell bad?
vodka is. I stopped drinking beer. That's sad because I used to be a beer connoisseur. That was like my
Yeah.
pride in school. But anyway, so I stopped drinking beer. Um, but vodka, like especially I found the blue agave tequila is don't react very badly. And if I have a really good vodka, like if I drink, mm, this isn't really good. This is just the baseline vodka I drink. Like if I drink Absolute, it's not that bad. But if I drink a lot of it, then it kind of throw off your system. But if I drink Ciroc vodka,
Hmm.
then it's not that bad. I guess unless like it all depends on your diet too. So it depends if you was eating something, what type of food you was eating, and it's really weird. I mean,
Yeah.
it's it's diet based. Is whatever it is, it's in there. Whatever is bacteria or the virus, I don't fucking know. But whatever you eat, it feeds on, and then whatever you give it that it really likes, it really starts proliferating and becoming more evident. It's thinking. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So
Let me ask you this, like going back to your story of like the welding thing, and you were sitting on a table with your, I guess your, I don't know if your friends, I'll say coworkers,
yeah,
and
coworkers.
they started noticing, okay, this was you, and you started noticing it too because it was a faint smell that was getting off your body or whatever. So
Mhm.
what happened like after that? Was it like did you start deciding maybe I should take a bath more often, or did you start?
First, I was like, holy shit. Like at break time, I went outside and I kind of like did a quick self evaluation. I was like, oh, fuck shit. I'm trying to check where this smell was coming from. Like, is it just my breath? And that was cool. And I remember one time I got out, I was driving my car. Like, this is kind of like after the incident. I was driving my car and I went home. And right when I was about to get out the car, I got a whiff of the air. Like, the air as you open the door, fresh air
right?
comes in and it kind of mixes in. I got a smell like, what the fuck is that smell?
Mm,
And then like a half a second later, I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, man, that's gotta be me, bro. Because I was like, maybe there's something in the car. So I closed the door, open it up, stick my head back in there, and it kind of smelled like that. I was like, God damn, but it's all the air I was breathing in there, you know?
Right, right.
And yeah, but what I did immediately after I kind of figured out what happened, and they were like, "Ah, damn, you fucking smell like trash or whatever." I went outside, dude, and I went pull up my phone and I ordered a test. I was like, "What the some fucking something going on?
Ordered
Do I
the
have
test.
some
What type
kind
of test was that?
of like a blood test to run 8 STDs and do all that shit?" Cause I was like, "God damn,
Oh,
did I catch something? Did I get? You know what I'm saying?" I was like, "Oh
right,
shit," because in college, I ain't well. There's a couple times I did some tests throughout college, but all my shit was all negative. And I ordered a freaking test, $300. I paid for the shit my own self because I didn't even want this like an insurance or anything. You know what I'm saying? Even I
right.
hadn't had insurance. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Went did blood work. Everything came back negative. I was like, what the? Because at first I was like, man, please don't let it be done too bad. Because I'm like, man, I got something. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that shit came back. Everything was negative. And I was like, no fucking way, bro. What the fuck is going on with me? So I start thinking back. That's the only thing extreme I did was go to Oregon, and that's where
Well,
that shit.
I know you. I remember you were saying like you met your girl in college. So at this time, were you in a relationship with her, or is this after? I mean,
Yeah, I was still in a relationship with her, but at this point, she had just like graduated that year or something. So she went to start her job from her last intern. So she went to Kentucky, and she was working up there. So we weren't staying in the same house at the same time. I was in Alabama, she was in Kentucky, and
right.
yeah, so we were apart for a little bit, but man, I don't know. She'd swear up and down she don't smell nothing on me, man. Like because I think I was so relaxed and comfortable around her because I've spent years with her. You know what I'm saying? Prior to
Yeah.
that happening, so it was just like what I'm saying. We meet, we hang out, and one thing she used to tell me, like I used to drink beer around her still even after the fact, and I was self conscious about that. I was like, man, do I smell this and that? And she got annoyed. Anyway, but after a while, she was like, "You smell the same way you smell in college when you drink beer. You have that musky smell." I was like, "Huh?"
Musky smell. Wow.
Yeah, like beer, that hoppy. You know what I'm saying? All the hops and all that shit on your skin. I was like, "What? For real?" God, that made me do a double take too. I was like, wait a minute. When did this really start? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking,
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
think
yeah.
about that. But yeah, nah, it's just normal beer smell. Like when you drink wine. That at least
So
that's the conclusion I came to
she
so
feels
far.
like you just smell like beer all the time.
No, only when I drink beer. Like, cause when I used to drink, bro, like I used to hang out with the frat bros, you know what I'm saying? And we used to fucking drink, you know what I'm saying? But
Right,
when we party, we party. We don't drink to sip and high tea or whatever. Fuck that.
right,
We
right.
drink. But so yeah, every time I came home, I would be fucking hammered and shit. And and she smelled me the beer on me, just like you smell wine on a
On a
wino or
person,
whatever.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what she was referring to.
Okay. So whenever you drink beer, she could smell it on you, but she never.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a constant smell of beer, even when you don't drink beer.
Yes, that's right. That's correct. So yeah,
So you did,
no constant smell.
so you did take a blood test just to see if this weird funk came on you. Like, okay, there must be something. Maybe I got some STD virus or whatever. Everything came back negative. Did you still decide to go back to that job, that welding job, or did
Hell
you?
yeah, that was my livelihood. That was my livelihood. So, but I tell you this, man. I started my countermeasures. I'd start to like I used to have hand sanitizer, and I used to wipe my hand a lot, and like I used to shave my hair down, like, well, as you can see.
Right,
And like sometimes like I kind of after a while pointed that it kind of came from my head area. Man, I used to put sanitizer just because it was alcohol and it'd break up
right.
oils or whatever. And then I had some lotion, some real nice, that Nivea lotion. And then I'd put that on afterwards just so my skin don't dry out or whatever. And that did the trick for, good hour or so. But what really kind of saved me for a long bit is, hang on one second.
All
What's
right.
up? I'm busy. Um, was I had a separate welding room, and I had a ventilation deal in front of me. So when I'm welding, it sucks all the fumes and all the
Mm,
gases away from me. So in my room, I kind of had a negative pressure uh, from my room that was connected to the metal finishing room. So all the air, I used to draft air into my room actually. So my room, as long as I was in my room, my shit was isolated in my, not even in my room. It used to go straight into the vent and be sucked out. I think that was kind of like my saving grace. But also, I was a very clean person. Like I said, I used to hang out with frat boys and all that. So I was, you know what I'm saying? I was in
right.
prissy, like, but I was, you know what I'm saying? I was fucking clean.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But
So
even then, it's like your coworkers now know that it was you, so they start like uh, behaving
acting a
different
little different.
around you and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were doing a little bit, but you have to understand, I was a cool dude, so at least there is. Oh, and a very honest, straightforward. I wouldn't lie. I would tell people straight up, how I felt about different things. And I'm talking about these are redneck Alabama boys, and then one like a black dude in there, and like we used to have like some serious, deep conversations about race and this and that. You know what I'm saying? And
Right,
like we still respected each other, but of course, like behind my back, of course, they're gonna say something like, "Damn, rap, damn, rap smell kind of funky, man. What's going on?" Some shit like that. They
right,
would say, But always they would respect me to my face because I'm that type of person. I'm like even now, I don't give a fuck what I smell like or this and that. When it comes to doing work and getting shit done, listen, we on a motherfucking level, or you need to just step your ass over to the side. That's just how I am. I like to get the objective done.
right.
Focus on, you know what I'm saying? And I just I try to get lost in that shit. Just get the work done. If you make a friend, you make a friend. If you don't, you're not here to fucking make friends. You just do what you got to do. So
So
I
everybody
fallen back
still
on them.
respected you, even once they noticed that you did smell worse once coming back from Oregon.
Yeah, for the most part, like from instead of having 100% of their good faith and will and friendship and all that, I probably had about maybe 80% of it after that. You know what I'm saying? I kind of lost that 20,
Mm,
and I was in like the super cool motherfucker. And I was just the cool dude. You know what I'm saying?
who smells bad?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And they already know I used to do good solid work. I used to pull double shifts too, man. Like when
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And I loved it, bro. Dude, coffee, me and coffee. You give me coffee, I'm like a turbo goddamn machine, bro. But coffee exacerbates it too. That's so sad. It's such a
Mm.
curse. It's a
Yeah, a lot of
curse.
people like coffee.
Yeah, so dude, oh my God. Especially the good coffee I drink. Like if I do anything, it's gonna be like I like quality. So like if I'm gonna drink good shit. If I'm gonna drink coffee, my coffee is like okay, let me shout out Pete's Coffee and Tea. Pete's.com. They got some really good coffee. I used to get
It's
some
coffee and tea.
Pete's. Yeah, just type in Pete's.com on the internet. You'll find them. Check them out. They got coffee from all over the world. And I can put you some really good tasting stuff, some really strong stuff. Good tasting stuff would be like Arabian Mocha Java. That's a very, very, very nice coffee. It's almost like chocolate in a cup. Fucking awesome. And then the other one, if you want some shit to keep you like the Incredible Hulk, Major Dickinson's blend. That's one of their favorite ones. Yeah, bro, you can turn into the goddamn. That's some good stuff. Major Dickinson's blend. That or Ethiopian Fancy or whatever. Just check it out.
Damn, Ethiopian fantasy. I never heard of
No,
that.
no, no, no. Ethiopian Fancy.
Fancy.
Yeah. Just good stuff. All kind of different stuff from all around. You just select the region of the world you want your coffee from. And they do teas as well. Really, really good teas. And like I've even took a break from the coffee because the coffee was making me react and switched to some good teas. And the teas gave me boost. They had caffeine in them too.
Right.
So they weren't that bad with the reaction stuff, but they were, I was still getting a little bit of reactions. But they have really good stuff.
So you were actually working welding and still going to school and going to school at the same time. I know for some people it's a lot harder to actually to go to school with this odor condition. So the time that you started getting this odor condition, was it hard for you to continue to go to class and be around people and try to focus on, doing the tests, doing exams or writing papers? Was the college experience worse?
Man, luckily, like I said, I was at the very end. So I had like a few classes left. Like I did all my major shit. Like all my forestry professors, we were solid and cool. And like they never really addressed it because they knew who I was before. And they was like, they just kind of you kind of felt they was like, man, damn, we kind of losing a good one. You know what I'm saying? But they still stuck with me. The other classes, like my chemistry class, they have shit to do with forestry. Like man, I used to sit at the back of the class and I used to try to freshen up and smell good, all of that shit beforehand. But for like 30 minutes into that class, man, because it's like I think an hour and a half class. It was
Right.
probably an hour class. 30 minutes after, man, and the classes were like, this is Alabama A&M University, historically black college. They ain't got no fucking air conditioning in some of these buildings, man.
Yeah,
Some of
true.
goddamn kind.
I actually went to Florida A&M University, and that's
Very good.
underfunded, and it's like all the
Man.
classes are like they're still built from the 70s, so the style is still the same. It still has like brown and orange, and it's like what the fuck? It's like
You're
they have
right.
to not renovate, rejuvenate
Fallout
the
shelters and shit. Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. I went to the HBCU. Shout out to Bulldogs, but goddamn. Yeah, bro. So it was hot as hell, no ventilation, and 30 minutes in, all my countermeasures are fading away, bro. And I start some of these kids would be like starting to like look back and like, nigga, that's you. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
Like goddamn, but I kept my steely face on and like I'm a tough dude. So like if
right.
you really want to tell me something and you fuck, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Better turn the fuck around and learn some goddamn chemistry. I'm kinda like that. But
Yeah.
I'm not really like a bad dude. I'm more of a happy smiley kinda, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But man, yeah, man, that hurt me bad because I'm a real people person. I like people. I like to be
Yeah.
social, gregarious, all that good stuff, man. It means
So
the
you
same thing. I'm sorry,
so
but yeah.
now with like this condition is like you now less of that, or you just try to have your own space.
Yeah, now I just do the necessities, man. Like I live on my game and I'll do like today I told you I do T-ball with my son. My son is
Mm,
like 4 going on 5 and I have another one that's 1 that's going on 2. And
right.
I'm gonna do whatever for them. Like next week he's got graduation in preschool. So, I'm going to that because my wife she's got to be the acting ranger or whatever. So, I do those events. Like I find the courage to just fucking just say, hey, all right, fine. This is what I need to do. I'm do t-ball, and sports are outside for the most part, so it's not that bad. You just gotta
Yeah.
watch who's downwind of you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be conscious of shit
So are
like
you
that.
like so you're basically just like the spectator, you're on the bench watching your son. It's not like
No, I'm standing
I
up
don't
there
know.
next to the
Like, so
fence, and
yeah.
I'm kind of in the crowd a little bit, but I'm kind of like a half step back. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I'm there. I'm there for my kid. I'm cheering them on. I'm still, what I'm saying, giving them sidelines, trying to be a dad, giving, you know what I'm saying, when I'm soccer
Right.
dad. But I'm doing my shit, because I love this is. Listen, bro, I could have gone to the military, or I could do some other shit. I could have been gone like my dad was, but my goal was to undo his fucking mistakes. My goal was to have a family, do it right. Like I was trying to tell you before, I did my shit in sequence. I actually took the fucking time and did my shit in sequence. Went to college, and I got married, bought a house, and then we had kids. That's kind of hard to do nowadays, man. And
Yeah.
we actually did it. So I'm trying to undo the generational curse thing, you know what I'm saying, and do my part. So, man, like the family thing, that's all me. I could have gone to the military, I could have done all that stuff, but this is my purpose in life right here. So I'm damn well for sure I'm going to participate in the stuff that they got to do. You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually
Graduation.
curious of I do want to ask you about your purpose because I do know that like what you're doing now is something that you didn't want to do. You wanted to do something else, but now you decided to just choose this current job because you know you're just not going to be around as many people like the job
Well,
that you actually wanted to do.
yeah. It wasn't. I didn't get the job. It just turns out to be a cool job like that, where I don't have to be around a lot of people. But
Oh,
no,
okay.
this was the first job I got. Moving to the city. I came from like Kentucky, moved down here to Alabama for the second time. 'Cause I lived here in Alabama before. After I left the good job with the welding job, I left there because I got married. She married me, even though I was funky, but she didn't really smell it. I don't know, whatever. She loved me. It was about love. So I left the job because I got married and want to have a family and do all the shit right. And then when we came back down because she got a job back down in Alabama.
Hmm.
She wanted me closer to her family. So so I followed her back down here, and then this was the first job I got. It took like 4 months before I found a job. It wasn't because of smell or anything. It was just finding a job. It's a small town, and
Hmm.
ain't a lot of stuff around here. So
Right.
the job I got right now, I tell you, with the helicopters, it's just kind of um, it's nice because I don't have to interact with a lot of people. I just go out there, drive the trucks, fuel the aircraft, or hot fuel them, do whatever, and then kind of, you know, stay off to the side until there's something else to do, work on some trucks or whatever. Um, the only time I'm dealing with them like directly is like on Saturdays. I'm down there, and I do everything. It's just me. I'm opening and closing. So when I open, I'll hot fuel these guys. They'll come on in. I'll cash them out, and for the most part, they just sometimes they'll drop the card off or they'll stand there and I'll check them out. But I don't try to, I do the stuff like, hey, how you doing, sir, and thanks for your service and all that. But I try not to have no prolonged conversations with them. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I try to kind of keep it short, and that sucks, man. Because I like people. I like to fucking say, man, dude, we appreciate what you do because you one of our fucking Spartans. You the goddamn, you know what I'm saying? This is the
Right.
shit, man. I love these dudes, man.
Yep, yeah, they're putting their lives on the line.
Yeah, man. And it sucks because I got to kind of pull back a little bit more, man. But you know what? At the end of the day, I gotta maintain my own mental sanity too, man. I
So
can't.
there's no type of jobs that you can go into that with your degree you can do this like forestry. I would think there's like lots of Are there forests in Alabama? Are there a
Oh
lot of
yeah, oh
forests in
yeah,
the Alabama
yeah.
area?
My wife works on one of the forests here. She's a federal employee. But also there's also a job I had an interview with um 2 weeks ago, and I'm
Mhm.
waiting back for the result for that one. It may take up to 6 weeks to find out anything. So, but that is a forestry job as well. But it's not just that. It's kind of like what I do down at this current job, where I do a little maintenance on the trucks, work on it, farm equipment, dozers, stuff like that. We burn, prescribed burns, back burns, all that stuff. Um, and just kind of maintaining buildings and stuff like that. So that would be a perfect job for me because I could be outside, do a little bit of work inside. I've
Would it
got
be a
this,
better job?
yeah, it's gonna be better paying, hopefully. And benefits. Right now, I'm just relying on my wife's insurance. So if I
Mhm.
get my own insurance, we can, compound our insurance together, get better
Yeah.
rates with. But yeah, and then 401ks and all that. So that's what I'm really looking for, and I could actually use my degree, man, because dude, I'm paying for this degree and still paying. Like I still got student loans coming out. It sucks, but
Yeah,
you know,
that's a killer. Student loans. So I started actually really thinking about how much loans I have, and I think I have like somewhere around and I've been paying off my loans since 2014, but I think I still have somewhere between the very low end of 45,000 to the very high end of 50,000. So but the thing is, if I had a career, it'd probably be significantly less. So
yeah,
I feel you
yeah.
on that. Also, I wanted to say, I wasn't even really looking at chat because I know chat sometimes can be
Oh yeah,
asked
dude, yeah.
so I do want to read some questions from the chat, the only ones I see at the moment. So there's two questions from Love, which is what type of job does he have? And the second question from her is what is the name of the job?
Um, I'm not gonna give you the name of the job. I'll tell you what it is. It's too easy to find because I don't want too many people find me because I kind of, what I'm saying.
Yeah, of
But
course you want to live in anonymity.
yeah, for the most part. I mean, if you know who I am in my area, you know who I am because I stay to myself for the most part. But I refuel military helicopters. Um, it's a small company, and these guys that are training to fly. Let's see. Yeah, they're gonna fly helicopters from this point onwards. before they came to us. Anyway, that's beyond the point. Yeah, so all these little students that are training, these 18, 19, 20, whatever, whoever going through flight school, we actually do all branches. We do Army, Navy, Marine, Coast Guard, uh, Air Force, and we do like all the cool shit. Like we
Mhm.
do like the Apaches, the V-22s, do like the Chinooks. We do the small stuff like Jet Rangers and Lakotas and all that crap. But you know what I'm saying? It's like a whole spectrum of all this cool shit. Law enforcement comes in there. Sometimes Homeland Security will come in once in a while. It just feels it's a cool little job, man. It's a cool little
Right.
job. It just don't pay as much as I would like for it to pay. There's no
Mhm.
benefits. So, but I'm not one to sit home and not do anything. That's not me. I'm a go getter. I just don't sell drugs. I don't do that. I do my shit the legal way. I try to do everything legally as possible. But yeah,
Well, I got another question from chat, from Look at Me Now, and he asked, "What's his diet?"
goddamn. Sometimes, okay, I've noticed, right? This is the second time she cooked some ribs. She made some beef ribs, and for some reason, beef ribs make me react. Like, is the oil in them? Something's bad. So anyway, I'm cutting beef out my diet for the most, but not like burger. Well, you know, burgers does it too.
Burgers do it.
Beef, yeah, burgers, the friggin' bread that they're on, the buns make me react. Chicken does not. Chicken, I'm fine with that. Pork is bad. I don't fuck with pork no more. Fuck pork.
Mhm.
I'm a Rastafarian anyway. For the
Let
most
me
part.
ask you this. Do you feel like it's really just meat? Maybe, do you feel like, is it possibly just processed meat, or is it just meat in general? Like, have you considered maybe going into like organic meat? Well, not what's it called,
You
like
know,
grass fed?
yeah, I think it may be the process kind of because I think I don't know. It's a guess. I think if I did have some organic beef that has been, you know, like I don't know, kosherly raised. I don't know what the highest standards are, but I think if I had that kind of beef, maybe it wouldn't be that bad, but maybe not because I think it's the fats, the oils, those kind of lipids that's really breaking down and the bacteria really feed on them. That say, oh shit, this is like sugar to me, you know? It's like they're having a heyday on it, so they're just
Right.
excreting. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. It might not be bacteria, but I'm thinking that's what the hell it is. You know, when they eat, when they're feeding off of this food, they're pooping, and maybe that's what's making us smell like poop. Their poop. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, or whatever chemical breakdown they uh they excrete. You know, that's what's yeah.
So
There's
you
shit
feel
in
like
there. I don't know.
bacteria eating your food and then pooping?
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is after I eat these types of foods, I react. Oh, I was gonna tell you too. Sorry. Yeah, I hope I answered that. Oh, okay. So my diet right now that does not make me react is like fish. I heard you say some people really react with fish. It does not react with me. Um, chicken is fine. Like really, really heavy fried chicken ain't really good because the grease then start fucking with me. But man, I eat so little. Like rice makes me react. That nasty rice,
Rice
not
makes
that
you
real.
react. Any type of
Yeah,
rice,
like
white
no,
rice.
like white rice is bad. All that cheap nasty stuff. But like a wild rice, like long grain wild rice, that's real good. I can eat that.
Hmm.
Um, ice cream, dairy, milk, even the milk like soy milk. That's soy milk. Almond milk. It's not that bad with almond milk. And I even got this other stuff that's called Pure Life, I think. It's the one with the little, I don't know, something. That's not that bad, but it still reacts. Sad. Coffee, like I said. I have a ginger tea that, oh man, it was supposed to be so good. And when I drink the ginger tea, some reason there's something in there that kind of make me react too. It's kind of
Really?
weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Do you put
Um,
sugar in it?
yeah.
Okay, I think that's I think that's the reason. I think that's the reason.
It might be that. But this thing here, man. Remember I was telling you a long time ago. Remember that lady was telling you about this thing?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have
Yeah.
that. I have that.
I'll be honest, man. I did it for the 2 weeks and then took a break for a week and then back on it for 2 weeks. and it does reduce your signature, your little smell. It does reduce it a little bit, but it don't knock it out all the way for me.
Mm,
Now maybe it is because my diet is not as strict. I'm not drinking, eating a bunch of vegetables, but I I got a juicer and I try to do the fruits and stuff too. Like I'll juice them things, but I don't do it on a consistent basis.
yeah, you
So
don't do it daily. I,
yeah,
I do have a couple of questions. I know there's a number of questions on the
yeah,
chat.
yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
So yeah, one of the questions I have is from Love Love, and she asked, "So you're an engineer?"
No, I know. I'm a forester, trained forester. That was my degree, forestry, and I'm a certified welder. Um, what else am I? I do a little bit of machining. Uh, Now I refuel helicopters. I make babies. I'm just joking. Yeah, man. No, no, my degree's in forestry. And I have a welding certificate, certified welder.
Another question from Love Love is, has he tested for TMAU? Has he tried any remedies?
I have not tested for TMAU, and I want to do it. I want to do it one day, but no, I haven't tested for that yet. I'm still kind of like getting there to that point. As far as their remedies, what do you mean? Like, what are some of the remedies? I don't know. I've just been trying to diet thing, trying to restrict certain things, try to not eat this. What makes me react? Cut that from my diet, kind of stuff like that. I haven't done like a whole lot of exercises because I do work out in the sun anyway. I'm sweating, walking back and forth, and all that. So I get a little bit of exercise in, but not like I used to. I used to run all that stuff with fire, but I'm not as active as I used to be. But
Yeah, because I'm
yeah.
trying to think about like remedies. I know people like for me, I try to use a lot of people use either chlorophyll or they use probiotics or they use activated charcoal. What's another thing people also talk about?
So
Um, enzymes,
chlorophyll,
enzymes.
yeah, chlorophyll don't work for me. Activated charcoal, I've honestly been trying that for a while. Oh snap! Actually, dang, look at that. I even got some right here. See, at first I had a little bit of activated charcoal that I would just brush my teeth with. You know that the little one in the black container or whatever. And then I
Mhm.
went to Amazon and I bought this one. It's like a pound of
Oh, a pound, Jesus Christ.
yeah, it was like a pound of hardwood activated charcoal, and I was taking it for like a week or two or whatever. I didn't really notice no difference.
Oh, you
At
didn't notice
least
it?
no, I didn't really notice a difference. I just noticed that my poop started coming out black. It's TMI, uh, but also I'll tell you this: this guy from Poland that I played video games with, he's a sniper, like a real life sniper, and
Oh,
he told me he works on the range a lot and he's exposed because I was telling him about my condition, and he was like, you know what, that sounds like you have a lot of toxins in your body. You need to purge the toxins
yeah,
out.
spell them.
And with him on the shooting range, he's exposed to a lot of gunpowder, primers, stuff like that. And those things have what the fuck is it? It's that silver shit, you thermostat. Oh my
Oh,
god,
mercury.
mercury. Thank you. It's got a lot of mercury, and he told me to try this. And I've been kind of trying this. This is that.
Diato, diatom. Let me hold up.
Do a screenshot and check that out.
Diatomaceous earth.
Yeah, diatomaceous earth, and it's basically like real old it's like silica, I guess. It's like shell, like really old fossil. There you go, fossil powder. So this is actually it's actually decent. I kind of noticed a little bit of a difference. I honestly would say that. It purges the toxins from your body. Say you can do it like up like once or up to three times a day with some water, and that's how he keeps his body kind of purged out from building up too much. That
And does it work?
kind of. I only been on it for like a week now, so everything's preliminary right now. Just, but I've kind of noticed a little bit of a difference. Um, but Also, let me try to look around and see what else. I use a lot of like peppermint and stuff in my water. I put a couple drops of peppermint in my water, or I even put some peppermint in my lotion.
I like peppermint oil.
Yeah, sorry, peppermint oil in my lotion. Excuse me. And that kind of cuts through that crap a little bit. And yeah, it might be a little minty, like but it kind of cuts through that stuff for a little bit and give me a little reprieve. But it helps with my breath too a little bit. I'll just put like a bottle, like bottle of water and just shake it up about 5 drops or so. Each his own. Might be too strong for some of you guys, but yeah, for that. And I've got some like liquid. What is it? Some liquid deodorant.
Liquid
And
deodorant.
yeah, I got something I had to order. You can get some like coconut stuff, but these are things that don't have like aluminum and don't have whatever some of the other bad stuff. Let me see. Uh, I got some. What was it? A something whatever. But this one don't have no aluminum. It's aluminum free, paraben free, and uh phthalates free. Something like
What?
that.
You show it to the camera so people can see?
Um, it's kind of this little thing. This little I got this on Amazon. I actually just started trying this thing out, and I can like rub it on my face and just kind of um, it kind of helps me out so far, man. But these are just little things. But honestly, like after you sweat or whatever, or some of these things um will only last like so long. So what I do, I have like some really good soap. I'll wash my face with that soap after a while and kind of cleanse it, and then I'll reapply the stuff, And I use like a peppermint soap. This Dr. Bronner's hemp and peppermint.
Yeah, like Castile soap or something like that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I'll just kind of use that to break up all the oils and all that nasty stuff in my face, or just any kind of degreasing soap you have, just to break up all that grease. At least for like I say, it might be on different body parts for you guys, but at least for me, it's
On your
concentrated in my head area. So I can like go to the bathroom or whatever and wash my face and get wash this stuff off.
Let me try to ask. Read
Yeah,
the
question,
different
question.
comments on the chat. Look at me now as sugar reactions. I think you already answered this. Like sugar makes you smell worse.
And I tried like cane sugar because, like I say, I like to try the good shit. The processed white crap is really bad for you. I've tried sugar. Oh, I tried agave sugar. That was not that bad. I just really didn't go back and order it again. Agave was pretty good. Um, but that cane sugar, that pure Hawaiian, whatever that stuff is, naked sugar, raw sugar, sugar and raw. So whatever it is, that's okay, but it's like half as bad, but I still get reactions from that too. Honey, like that regular ass honey from Walmart, that
I
shit
know
is
there's like this big thing about Manuka honey. I'm starting to see that.
oh
I've heard
yeah,
about Manuka honey years ago about it having like antibacterial properties or something like that. And now like I'm starting to see people talk about it more now. Have you ever heard of Manuka honey?
no, I heard you talk about it. I was watching the video of yours like last week or something. That's the first time I've ever heard about that. But with the same concept in mind, I take coconut oil. Actually, that's kind of coconut based stuff. But I use like a virgin cold press coconut oil. It's really good. It has antibiotic, anti fungal kind of properties. Coconut is just very good all around. And
Right.
like when I make my coffee, I'll put coconut oil in there. I'll put like cinnamon and whatever the fuck else I put in there. But yeah, definitely put coconut oil in there. And you could even rub that coconut oil on your face. But I've noticed that the coconut oil, I don't know, for me, it lasts a little bit decent. And then I think the bacteria take over and they use that as a food source. And I just start kind of funking again. It's weird with the coconut oil. It works for a bit, but like I'll more so use that like eating it. you know, or for if you want to do tooth pulling or whatever, or just gargling with coconut oil, that's good. That'll keep you fresh for a little bit, not very long, but yeah,
So coconut oil is working well with you because it's funny. You're not the only person who says coconut oil is helping them, not like complete
yeah,
rejuvenating, completely
nah,
eliminating shit, but it
yeah,
is at least helping.
yeah,
You
it is.
suggesting?
You said what else I'd suggest?
No, I was just saying like you feel that coconut oil does help you in some way.
Yeah, I'd say about 25% it'll help. Out of 100%, like, oh yeah, this stuff knocks stuff out. Coconut oil, I'll say it's about 25% there. It's not like a super something good like a deodorant or something, but like it's still got a lot of health benefits. That's one thing too. You keep treating your body good, even though we trying to bombard it with all these different products. Keep giving it things to renew and refresh and help it to. You need a lot of sleep. Keep getting a lot of sleep too. But I don't know, man. What other questions you got? Because
The
I'm
the
trying
other
to.
question The other questions I got from chat is has he tested for candida and specific food allergies? That's from Love Love.
I have tested for allergy. I've not tested for candida, but I've tested for allergies, and I am allergic to moles. There's like I forgot the specifics, but there's some sort of grass mold. They say I'm allergic to dogs. They say I'm allergic to cats. I'm not really allergic to dogs, or if I am, it's at a tolerable level because I grew
Mhm.
up with dogs my whole life. Um, Let me see. There, yeah, like mold and dust and those type of indoor allergens. I am allergic to. It says, but I'm not like, well,
Do you have seasonal allergies?
nah, I'm too tough for that.
You're too
Pollen and
tough
all
for
that shit.
it. You're
Yeah.
too tough for
Fuck
that.
them allergies, man. Yeah. At least for now. Maybe when I get old and wrinkled and shit, I'll succumb to the. But no, no, no. Luckily, and I knock on wood. But no, no, no. I don't get the allergy stuff. Like I say, man, I was a hardy kind of dude from the islands, man. Not no more. Well, I am still, but just the smell is like, ugh, what's going on? Yeah, yeah.
All right, all right, I got another question from what was it? I think it was here. Yeah, Black Sheep. What makes you think he does? That wasn't a question. That was a question to somebody else. I think there was another question here. No, I don't think there's any other questions. But yeah, I did want to talk about a little bit like I guess I didn't ask you for about your like kid. Could your kid actually smell you?
Like if I get real funky and stuff, yeah, because he finally I was kind of waiting for this too for years. I was like, is he really gonna do it? Is he gonna tell me the truth? Yeah, me and my kid we were real open with each other. He's only barely going on 5, but like if I come funking, he said, Daddy, you stink. He has to tell me, but like most of the time, like 98% of the time I'm around him, we ain't talking about funk and smell. We wrestling and playing and having a good time, or I'm whooping his butt because he do something wrong lately. Child protective people. No, but like no, we around there having fun, man, and living and like only time I come in, like especially when I come back from work, like if I have that fuel smell on me and I've been outside sweating and stuff, yeah, he'll sometimes say, "Daddy, you stink. You need to take a shower," or something like that. But like honestly, I've heard that comment like maybe twice, like seriously twice. Like I've really, really got to be funkin'. You know what I'm saying? For him to pick up on
When
anything.
you say funky, you mean like you can smell yourself.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I can definitely smell myself. Or you know what? It's not really so much I can smell myself, but I can feel that I'm funky. Like
Feel it.
myself, like I can feel on my face, like when it starts happening, like really bad, like
You
the
feel
muscle or
grease
whatever.
when your face is.
Yeah, it felt like grease, and it feels like it's just too thick. Like not on a very sensitive level, like you can feel something different. You don't have that light fluffy skin anymore. You have that oily ass worn, weighed down skin. What I'm saying? I don't know. When you greased up, like when you put Vaseline on your face, you know what I'm saying? Little thin little layer of Vaseline, shit feels greasy and greased up. That's
Mm.
kind of how it feels. Like you feel it in like certain spots, like on around my sinus areas, and I think sinus is a big um flag. Also talking about the mold, airborne spores and stuff because those are cavities, in your body. That when you breathe, that's where all those mold spores go to, and they'll stay in those cavities and harbor themselves and start proliferating. So I think kind of came from that too. But sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh no, no, I don't. I was actually just responding to a comment, but uh, so you had this for, so with your journey, like once you graduated college, you were, you said your wife was in Kentucky, and then you got married, so then she moved back down to Alabama to stay with her parents, stay closer to her parents. And throughout the like 10-year or 11-year situation where you start smelling bad, like what doctors did you go to? If you went to any other
Glad
doctors?
you asked that. Glad you asked that. While I was in Alabama, right, the first time before I left, because I left Alabama to go to Kentucky, stayed with her for a while, then we all both moved back down to Alabama. But while I was down here working with the welding place, I used to go to this like a med clear care plus doctor, whatever, like a walking kind of doctor. But she was kind of like my primary doctor, and like I used to tell about the smell and tell about this. I had her run fucking test after test. I did like let's see, I did scan my thyroid. I found like two nodules on my thyroid. I'm glad you talked about that because I want to get to this too. I did like they checked me for acid reflux and all that stuff because they were thinking, well, that could be something that make your breath smell bad and make you have reactions, or whatever. Um, but basically, she would always say, "No, I don't smell you. I don't smell you." And it's like as soon as I go either in the waiting room or like in the patient's room, or if I go back out into the waiting room, to pay for my thing or whatever, I would always hear some aerosol in the back kind of spraying, you know what I'm saying? Like she trying to Febreze the place. Like, bitch, you smell this motherfucker. You just trying to not say nothing, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, I didn't mean to try to curse about fuck.
Oh, yeah, okay. I
I
curse
hate
all the
that
time.
shit. I hate that shit, man. I hate that when they lie they're trying to, yeah, they're trying to make you not feel bad, but bitch, that's your job. You took the Hippocratic oath. You're supposed to care for the patient. I'm
Oh, you
here
think
actually
they're lying.
reaching out. Huh?
You think they're lying. You don't think you really think they can smell you, but they don't want to tell you.
That that lady was lying. But I went to this last doctor I just went to here in this city. Um, cool. Like he didn't come outright and say it, but he said, "I've seen people with your conditions before. I've seen people in worse conditions with you that have smell have this smell condition." So he said that. So it kind of confirmed. That's like the closest I can get to him saying anything, But he's confirming he's along that parallel line, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Without crossing over. So he's giving me confirmation. And then the other guy that he sent me to get had my thyroid
Check.
um yeah, I had
Examined.
it biopsied. So I had like a an aspirated fine needle fucking injected into my thyroid. And so they checked that. And basically my thyroid is kind of out of whack right now. It's like he told me I've got Hashimoto's syndrome where I have hypothyroidism and hyper and hypo at the same time.
Wow.
So it's like inflamed. So I'm having symptoms of both. I'm like, really, bro? That's a fucking thing? Yeah, let's look it up. Hashimoto's disease.
That's
So
interesting because I did hear like I know there's some type of thyroid disease where if you have it, you do give off a body odor or something like that, and you start to
yeah,
sweat more. So maybe I don't know.
it
Maybe
could be
that's
that.
part of
It
your
could be that.
problems.
So I do feel bad about coming out here and not having my TMAU tests or the Candida tests, and I will do those eventually. So forgive me, guys, but I will do that. And and when I do, I'll let BOS I'll give him the results so y'all can get them too. But I think my condition could be partially or maybe even fully based on my thyroid being messed up. Could be, I don't know. But my thyroid is not inflamed for no reason. There's something that triggered that. and that could be the mold or whatever, because the mold will give us toxins and
Right.
bad stuff too. So that could be starting up here in my sinuses and working its way on down due to drainage and all that crap, because whatever is up moves down. So that could be the reason why my thyroid is inflamed, and then that could exacerbate the other conditions where I sweat, I stink, I do all the other stuff too, because your body's trying to process all these weird foreign toxins, and it's like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do with this chemical? You know what I'm saying? So they
Yeah.
don't know how to break it down. So it's just like coming out smelling bad. I don't know. These are my hypotheses. These are like
Yeah,
all,
just theories that you have.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, mine seriously could just be basic thyroid or from mold in my sinuses, and I don't know. It could be the TMAU thing, but I know you said that you smell it in your, it comes out of your whole body. You know, at least that's what I think I remember. Kind of comes out your
I
whole
mean,
body.
that's what I think because I can't smell it. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
there's brief moments in my life where I smell it, and it smells like a fart smell.
Mhm.
But overall, I can't pinpoint exactly where it's located.
You know how I kind of could smell it too? I just remember as you said that when I take a shower and if I wipe the area, like if I wipe my face with a towel and smell the towel, I can kind of smell that from there. So
Mm,
wipe different areas of your body and don't use the same section of towel. Use a different section every time so you have a clean sample. And
right.
wipe it. Yeah, I've noticed I can smell it with a towel. Like if I rub my head or if well, you think you're supposed to be coming out clean, but sometimes all this oil will come up all the time. Or like if you're just washing your face or washing your hands or whatever, and you're just doing a quick wash and you put the soap on or whatever, and you just end up wiping your face. I've done that before too, and I've smelled. I was like, oh shit, this thing is all over my face. So I had to wash my face again and all that stuff. So try that. Try different areas. Try those sweat gland areas. Some people have sweat glands on the back of their hands and in their hands and their palms, behind their ears, sinuses. You got areas where if there's certain things like me, the ear funks, my nose, back, sometimes top of the head, crown area. So yeah, I hope that's all that's kind of funking. But like honestly, for real though, everything from like shoulder down fucking smells good. Like
Mm,
I can even sweat, and like that's the only time like anything is a little funky. Like if I really been sweating that day, um, I'll have that line in the middle of my shirt that's coming down from the top. Like whatever's from my neck or head will sweat down, run down that middle, either the middle front or the middle back. That's the only two places I'll smell it. But I think that's because it's coming from the top. You know what I'm saying? Top running down. Other than that, no. Hell no, bro. I can go 2 days without wearing deodorant, and my shit
mm.
be fine. You know what I'm saying? I'd be fine. But I don't know.
Well, I do have a question. Um, if anybody wants to contact you, is it okay that I can give out your email address?
Yeah, yeah. As long as it's gonna help somebody, and as long as it's constructive, don't be writing me saying bullshit. But no, no, no. You can definitely hit me up, man. Because if I can help you guys, if we can help each other, we all freaking need to help each other. That's why I'm showing my face. I'm not doing this to be vain or whatever else. I'm showing y'all like, dude, I am a real person. I am really suffering out there. Boom, there you go. And like for real, this shit sucks. And we all fucking in this shit together. So yeah, yeah. If you want to contact me, man, I have my email. Let me see. I'll give you my real email that I actually use, man.
Oh,
Uh,
because I already put out the email on the chat. I actually just put out the email from the email that you contacted me from in BL Sufferers, but I don't know if
yeah, the
that.
rap photo at Yahoo. That's fine. Yeah, so Rap Soto at Yahoo, RAFFSOTO. Or let me see, the military alpha phonetic is what, like Romeo Alpha Foxtrot Sierra Sierra October at yahoo.com.
Yeah,
So
okay, yeah, I'll put that in the chat.
yeah, you're more welcome to contact me, man. If you got some remedies that or if you even know a good doctor in the area, I can go and check for candida or whatever, or you have different remedies I can try, bro. I am down. So yeah.
Yeah. Now I do want to ask you. Well, I do want to say this to the chat. We are winding down, So if there's any questions you want to ask, final questions you want to ask Raphael, here's the time to ask him. And now I want to ask Raphael. So let's say there's somebody who watches this and they completely identify with everything you're talking about. Um, is there any type of final thoughts or insights you can give to the person or that you want to tell the person?
I'd say this, man. Whether you think that you brought this condition on yourself or not, or it's been just cursed upon you, don't focus on that. Focus on, and you know what? The people who are not going to be around you is the motherfuckers that probably don't need to be around you anyway. They'd only been around you if you was on a high horse doing good things and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if the people who stick around you at this point are the ones you need to really show love to. But don't try not to be too far into despair. Everybody will go to a little, their bit of depression. I've been there too before, but you got to focus on the things that brings you light, that brings you love. For me, it's my family. Is this brother right here who you know what I'm saying? He was the first one of the first people I met on YouTube to actually show their face, and I was like, oh shit, dude, this was a black dude that's going through the same stuff like me. I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? I really really appreciated that because at first I thought I was
Not the first. There's tons of who came way before me.
at least that I came across. You know what I'm saying? That I came across. I was like, oh, I saw like the fish odor syndrome lady from the UK and all that stuff, but like for a live dude like you to just come on here and be like, yo, I'm suffering. I'm right here in Miami or in Florida. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, dang. That just at least lets you build a mental community of people that's in your area. It's not just you. So I know things are not going to be the same like it used to be. I can't go clubbing and party. I don't need to anyway. But doing all the stuff like I used to do. But I can't be as social as I used to be. But I'll tell you this, man, the people that still stick around me, them is the true people. Like I have a buddy right now. I knew him since Job Corps. We went to college together, and now we work in the same area here together. He's with the Forest Service as well with my wife, and we're going to the beach on Sunday. We're all driving down in his big van. He just bought a new, like a 12 passenger van or whatever. He's got a kind of big van. So we're all driving down to the beach. So, this Sunday together. As a family. So find them cool people that really looks beyond the stink. And,
Hmm.
and just find those things you can latch onto. If it's just family, if it's just a cool friend, if it's just, the possibility for a cure in the future, hold on to that shit and just keep persevering, bro. Don't think about offing yourself or doing crazy shit like that because I'm telling you, man, we're put in this position for a reason. Maybe it's just a challenge in life. Maybe this is just our lot in life that we have to, you know what I'm saying? Break through. Maybe God give us a challenge because we just a few. I don't know. This ain't cool either way it is, but let's try to come out the other side thinking, God damn, I suffered a lot. But you know what? We still push through. We form a community and we survive that shit. Even if we die with this condition, at least let's have a good life. Don't focus on the negative shit because you can forget about what's happening right now. And right now is the life experience and it's very short.
Yeah.
So focus on the good shit, man. Like I thank you, brother, for doing this. Because I had some dark thoughts too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I like guns. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, bro,
Like guns.
you know what I'm saying? I like guns, but I can't do that shit. Like, to, anyway, I ain't gonna show my shit. But so focus on the good stuff. Focus on what you love. Focus on what keeps you pushing. And that's all I gotta say. Keep looking for cures. Never give up, man. Never give up. I know it's gonna be hard sometimes, but you know what? Worst case scenario, guess what? You'll be jobless and you'll have to get food stamps and you might have to live in your house and fuck it. You won't have a job anyway, so you can just smoke weed and play games and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Worst case scenario. You'll become an outcast, but make the best of the goddamn outcast situation, man. Fuck it.
Okay. Sounds like good advice. So let me just look at the chat to see if there's any final questions that they want to ask you. Okay, well, this is not really a question, but okay, True Dog tells you, well, this is a comment. She says, tell them to search TMAU on YouTube. so he will find more of our folks. So basically, yeah, if you want to see more people from TMAU, yeah, just search TMAU. You'll see more people who have this condition. Um,
All right.
and I think, let me see, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Those are the final thoughts, I guess. But I do appreciate you, Raphael, for coming on and coming and showing your face because it's extremely rare. I think you are
Yeah.
the fourth person who decided to do that. No, maybe it
Yeah.
was fifth. The fifth person decided to do that. So I really appreciate you for doing that. This is the 15th interview of Friday night PATM T-Mail body interview, and we are out of here.
Deuces.